All right, guys, so just to kind of talk about something and elaborate on something that I see a ton, not only from myself when I was younger, but from a lot of guys, from a lot of clients that I've worked with. But we know that the pull down phase is a crucial piece to velocity development with establishing long toss as well. But the common disconnect when I see guys entering their pull down phase is as they get closer to their target or to their partner, you start seeing almost this subconscious brake pedal approach within their throws. And the goal when it comes to long toss is taking that throw at your max long toss distance. So for example, say your max long toss distance is 300. You have the intent, you have the efficient positions that you're in, and you have just a solid arm path, you have solid acceleration and deceleration. You want to take that and you want to put it into every single one of your pull down throws with an emphasis of just being on top of the ball. So again, a huge disconnect I see with guys is they get close to their partner and they just slam on the brakes because we look silly if we overthrow it 100 feet in the air. We look silly if we can't hit the guy in the chest, or we get yelled at by our partner if we frickin' blow him up with a 100-mile-an-hour heater biscuit right at his hip. So I'm actually an advocate for throwing your pull down variations into a net, into a fence, into a screen, whatever, because you can sit there all the live long day and say, oh, I'm not scared, I don't care about blowing up my partner, I don't care about overthrowing him. But there's this subconscious thought or this subconscious piece to our mind that when we do maybe say get to like 100 feet and it's a pretty close distance and we're doing our pull downs, there's a lot of things that could essentially go wrong, and we know that from past experience, and it's in our subconscious. So I know when I had a huge velocity increase throughout one off season, I would do my long toss and I would really not put a lot of emphasis on where the ball was going, just create that freedom. And then when I would go into my pull downs, I would do them from about 350 all the way into say about 120, and I was just emphasizing long hopping, right? Staying on top of the ball, long hopping, trying to get it rising. And then as soon as I was done with my variations at 120, I would just go straight into run and gun variations into the right field fence, like really getting after it, knowing that, okay, I'm fairly close to the target, I'm not going to overthrow it, I'm not going to hurt anyone or whatever. And that was really good for me to just really get out of that mental restriction per se. So it's not something that you need to be embarrassed about. I think we all don't want to look foolish when we're throwing, or we potentially overthrow someone, and we don't want to be the guy that kills our throwing partner. So like I said, I encourage guys to sometimes explore the option of throwing into a fence when it comes to their pull downs, to really grasp the concept and really get everything that they potentially have, all of that potential velocity and power output, and express that like you do in your long toss. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you can take something from that and apply it to your velocity development.